All right, let's talk about something that's quietly shaking up the world of employer health benefits. I mean, a fundamental shift. And the big question we're tackling today is, are you ready for it? Are you prepared to adapt? Let's dive in.
I love this quote because it really gets to the heart of our conversation. Markets shift fast, leaders shift faster. It's all about getting ahead of the curve, right? Because in a world that's changing as quickly as healthcare, the winners are always the ones who see the writing on the wall first and actually do something about it.
These big market shifts, they're not a new thing at all. I mean, think way back to the Dutch tulip bubble in 1637. One day, tulips were worth a fortune. The next, poof, the old rules just didn't apply anymore. Or, a little closer to home, 1971, when the US just walked away from the gold standard. It completely rewrote the rules of global finance. And in both of those huge moments, the people who thrived were the ones who adapted their playbook on the fly. So, that brings us right here, to today. We are absolutely at one of those crossroads again. But this time, the seismic shift is happening in employer healthcare. The old ways of doing things are, well, they're starting to creak under the pressure of a workforce that looks and acts nothing like it did 20 years ago. And this really lays out the clash, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the old guard, traditional group plans. You know the deal, costs that are all over the place, one-size-fits-all coverage, and plans that are stuck in one geographic area. And on the other side, you've got the reality of the modern workforce. People are demanding control over their budgets, they want to personalize their benefits, and they're working from everywhere. That gap between the old model and new needs, it's becoming a chasm.
So how do you bridge that chasm? Well, that's where a new tool comes into play, something called an ICHRA. And it was basically built from the ground up for this new reality.
Okay, so what on earth is an ICHRA? It's a bit of a mouthful. Individual coverage health reimbursement arrangement. But forget the jargon. Here's the simple version. An employer gives their employees a fixed amount of tax-free money each month. And with that money, the employee goes out and buys the health insurance plan they actually want. It's a total flip of the script from the old way of doing things. So let's walk through how this actually works. Step 1. The company decides on a set monthly allowance. It's a fixed number, no surprises. Step 2. Your employees take that allowance and go shopping on the individual market for a plan that fits their life. Step 3. The company reimburses them for their premiums and other expenses, all tax-free. I mean, it's a genuine win-win. The company gets total budget predictability, and the employee gets real choice. Now, of course, a key part of this is making sure employees have the support and education they need to make smart choices. Okay, so the big question is, how do you know if your company is ready for this kind of shift? Well, we've boiled it down to 5 key signals. Think of these as the telltale signs that the old way isn't working anymore. Let's see if any of these sound familiar. All right, signal number 1. Your costs are all over the map. You know that feeling, right? You get the renewal notice, and one year it's an 8% hike, the next it's a staggering 14%, then maybe it drops to 6%. How can you possibly plan a budget with that kind of whiplash? It's a huge red flag that the current system is broken. Signal number 2. Your team is spread out. I'm talking remote workers, hybrid setups, employees in different states. If this is your reality, you already know the administrative nightmare of trying to find one group plan that offers good networks for everyone. It's almost impossible. This is where that old location-based model just completely breaks down. Number 3, and this is a big one, your people are demanding choice. Look, a 24-year-old single employee wants a low premium plan. The person in the next cubicle with 3 kids needs robust family coverage. Trying to force them both into the same cookie-cutter plan, it just doesn't work. People expect personalization today, and benefits are no exception. Okay, signal number 4 is for the finance folks in the room. Your company needs budget predictability. You need to know what you're spending. With a fixed allowance model, you get exactly that. You set the number, and that's the number. It removes the anxiety and the guesswork from one of the largest expenses on the balance sheet. And finally, signal number 5, you're thinking about growth. Whether you're expanding into new states or you're looking at a merger or acquisition, an ICHRA can be a huge strategic advantage. Imagine trying to merge 2 completely different group health plans. It's a mess. This model makes integrating new teams so much simpler because it scales effortlessly with you. So there you have it, the 5 big signals. But before we finish up, I want to tackle a really common myth about all this, a kind of contrarian insight that might surprise you. You hear this all the time, right? People think, oh, this ICHRA thing, that's just for startups and small businesses, isn't it? And it's an understandable assumption, but the data tells a very, very different story. Here's the truth. The fastest adoption we're seeing is actually coming from mid-market and enterprise-level companies. Why? Well, think about it. When you're operating at that scale, gaining precise, predictable control over a massive cost center like healthcare isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a strategic game changer. And that really leaves us with one final big-picture question to think about. I mean, everything about how we work has been turned on its head, right? We're more distributed, more flexible, and we demand more personalization than ever before. So, doesn't it just make sense that the way we offer benefits has to change right along with it? That's the real question to ponder as we all figure out what's next.